You need a new show pick? We've got you covered. Dr. Death is at the top of our list, and we have so many more. Also, we talk about the coronavirus and travel, or lack thereof, and the new trend, celebs not showering. Our take. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Better Together. When you know better, you get better. That's what we do here every single day. It is Thursday, August 12th, 2021, and our quote of the day: today you are you, that is truer than true. There is no one alive that is youer than you. And that is from Dr. Seuss. Happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome back to our Heal Squad. I am in a new location today because my dad decided to burn things outside and ashes were everywhere. And I didn't want to be out there amongst the ashes. And so I first started in the library, and then my dad started drilling into the walls. There's a lot going on here. So I ended up back in the studio, but for some reason I wanted to sit in Kevin's corner. So I'm in the producer chair. Is that what you call it, honey?
It's the producer's corner. And all of those flowers were your mom's flowers that she had all over the house. Mm-hmm. And as we started to kind of redecorate and kind of renovate this place, I collected them all and I made them into my producer's corner. So your mom's always with us.
Oh, I forgot. You're right, actually.
And then you made fun of me and said, "Oh, you're in Hawaii." Every time I came out here, you're like, "There's Keven from Hawaii."
It's aloha from Hawaii. Yeah, that was funny. Oh, now I get it. Okay, well, listen, I was going through a lot of shit. I wasn't paying attention to everything. I just had to find the laugh wherever I could, whether it was at your expense or not. Yes. Anyhow, coming to you from Split Coast for just a little bit longer. We will be back in LA, or I will be back in LA. Kevin's going to stay here and handle some last minute things. Kelsey had jury duty for a split moment this week.
That's right, I did.
And luckily,
we're going to put the system on trial.
Oh, I put the system on trial.
P.S. I've never heard anyone happier or more excited to go to jury duty in my life.
Honestly,
she's like, "You guys, you don't even understand."
I have wanted to be called to jury duty since I turned 18, and then I finally got called, and I was so in. I was like, "This case sounds amazing, hell yeah!" And then
then Kelsey and we were planning on doing what?
Putting the system on trial.
Yes.
And then they were like, "It'll be 20 days." And I was like, "Oh God, I don't got 20 days."
Then we didn't have time to put the system on trial,
Correct.
Maria.
Correct.
Yeah.
But okay, Maria, see, like you just, you rushed to judgment, no judgment detox for you.
Uh-huh.
But when we talked about on Regular Guy Friday last week, we talked about jury duty. I mentioned to her that you were the one who told me we should do our civic duty. Yeah. And not try to get out of it. And so that's right. Kind of what we should embrace it.
And now Maria's judging me, but she was the one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're being all judgmentalist.
Well, there you go, guys. It's, it is what it is. What can I say? I do think that, the tendency is to say, shit, how do I get out of this? But the truth is, if you had something that you were going on trial for, some case that was important to you, wouldn't you want people to be there for you? And so that's kind of the way I think about it, but it doesn't always work out that way. I really think that a paid juror system, something has to be done because what happens is people who can't afford to be away from work end up being stuck there. And it's a real challenge for people and a real hardship. So I think there's got to be something. The only thing with the paid juror thing is if you know a juror, right, then you could pay them off.
You bring them a nice, we say, we bring them a nice paper bag.
Yeah.
A package. So, that's what they used to say in the carny business. Like, you got a package for me?
Oh.
Yeah.
That was code for, a nice bag of cash. Just to keep it fair. No, I would just go to the juror and say, just want to make sure you keep it fair. That's all. A little extra something. Buy something for the kids. Just, let's be honest here today. Let's keep it,
They told us that we.
Well, but also, you could say that of police, you could say that of everything. But then that's why you have internal affairs and you have protocols put in place and you really make it. So if someone does do that, then they go to jail for the rest of their lives. So you really have to make it. So, you know what I mean? But that can
I
always
see
happen.
all the internal protocols helping people have fairness all the time, honey. It's amazing. These internal affairs, they have it all places.
Okay. So then just get rid of all law altogether then.
No.
Just quit and go home. It's human nature, which is why we need law and we need courts and because it's human nature. Like for the last since modern civilization, we like to break laws. It's a lot of fun.
Can we go to Kelsey? She was about to say something.
Because Kelsey was going to do what, Kelsey? We were going to what again?
Put the system on trial.
Mm-hmm.
No, what I was going to say is it was crazy. They told us that we couldn't even say good morning. So what happened was they had the attorneys in there and they stood up and said hello and they asked anyone if they knew them. And the judge was like, if you guys are here next week, do not make this hard for them. Do not say hello. Do not say good morning. Do not ask how anything's going. Do not wink at them. Do not smile at them. I was like, oh man, I can't be here. I would smile at everyone. So that is crazy.
And once again, prompting the need to do what, Kelsey?
Put the system on trial.
On trial. Yeah, we should be able to wink and say hi. If Kelsey wants to be friendly with the criminals, why not?
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Not the...
What?
Anyhow, so I wanted to mention something that I saw in the news, and that was Christina Applegate just came out discussing, or she socialed out that she was recently diagnosed with MS, and oh man, I mean, I've worked with her before. She's lovely, and it just broke my heart to see that. She is not the first celebrity we've seen have to deal with MS. I know Jamie Lynn Siegler, and hopefully she's helping her. And isn't that what Selma Blair has too?
Selma,
why am I blanking?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's just, oh man, so sad. So just sending her lots of love and lots of prayers and lots of thoughts. If you have a moment, you can go on Twitter and just send her a little message of support. I know those go a long way, and they always went a long way when I was going through tough times too. And in the meantime, Keven and I are gearing up for our last, or at least my last hurrah here in Connecticut. We're going to Long Beach tomorrow for my friend Meredith's 40th birthday party, which I'm excited about, a little road trip to that. And then we're going to, so it's like a V, by the way. So we go from Connecticut down to Long Beach and then all the way up to Montauk to see some other friends. And then we're going to take the ferry across with the car back home. And then I fly to LA. So I'm kind of excited for these next couple of days because I realize the summer has gone by and I'm like, wait, what did we even do?
I know.
Right? We just had to cancel our trip to Greece.
I know.
Which is so sad. We were so excited to go see our friends, and I booked it in June, right after my mom had passed. I was like, we're going to go see our friends. We're going to have a great time. And then the CDC put out the highest alert for Greece and said, don't travel there. So we finally texted them last night and we're like, it's really not going to happen. And we're so sad. And I spent 2 hours on the phone canceling the flights.
That's the worst.
It's kind of a bummer. So I was like, all right, at least we'll have this weekend. Yeah. We'll go out, we'll have some fun. But it is getting really scary with COVID again. Even California, hospitals are starting to surge. Florida is becoming unbearable, I guess, in the hospitals. At least in California, they said that 90% of people that were hospitalized were not vaccinated. But I know one of our very dear friends who got COVID, got vaccinated, and then just got the Delta, suffered for 15 days, still has remnant effects of exhaustion. And he was like, just whatever you do, do not get it. It's that bad. And it's just really scary to think about kind of, we're in the middle, I think, of another wave. So I was telling our friends, I said, so we have a year to use the tickets. This time we'll be going in early June and we will miss that COVID window, hopefully. But I feel like this is something we're going to be dealing with for a long time. What do you guys think?
I think so too. I think it's going to be, I don't know. I think it's going to be these waves for a little bit. I think it's it's hard. It always kind of confused me with the mask stuff where it would be like, okay, so today we're wearing masks and tomorrow everyone's good. It's like, okay, but that's not reality. So I don't know. I think and then I think just the difference with people who are vaxxed, people who aren't, I think it's going to be, like this for a long time. I think the booster stuff is probably going to have to happen. But again, there's still going to be people who aren't vaxxed. I don't know. It's freaky.
Well, even Rachel yesterday, I was talking to my friend and she's like, Maria, I have been traveling all over the world the last 3 weeks. She's like, I'm fine. She's like, knock on wood. And I'm like, I know.
Rachel's got dragon's blood.
She's got dragon's blood. That girl, her and Dimitri, my two of my best friends, they can like walk through fire. And I'm like, I would probably be the one to get it.
Here's what I think, you guys. I think we're going to have flare-ups. I think there's going to be diminishing returns because now we know how to handle it. We know how to treat it. We might not know how to cure it, but we didn't know at first. We were blowing up people's lungs and, it's going to be hot and cold for a minute. I think by the winter, we'll know where it's at. And I think that, so we're almost 2 years into this now. Would you guys say?
Yeah. How insane
so
is that?
So I think it's probably going to be a 5-year window to the complete new normal where it's it. But I do think it's going to be diminishing effects, meaning like I think we'll get it, but we do know we have better protocols in place because we know more about it, how to handle it. So I think just vitamin D up, zinc up.
Yeah.
I still think vitamin C as well. Why not? And just be smart. Like that's what I think we can do as we deal with this.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So crazy. I know it was really like a hard decision. It was so sad. But then the other thing is, so this was also really hard. So first it was COVID. Then I was like, God, just please give me a sign. I'm so torn. Like, do I just have courage and just go and have a blast and see my friends? And we're going to be on a boat for a week. And then the other days, it's a couple of days, we would be in a private home with friends. And, we would have probably just been safe, but also it's the flights, it's the airports, it's, all of that. And is it worth the risk at this point? Right? Like if someone told me last summer, hey, go to a hotbed for COVID, I'd be like, are you nuts? Yeah. But now we're like, oh, well, this is kind of life now. But the other part, so I asked God, I go, show me very clearly. And it was like, I'm waking up to all these fires in Greece, 586 wildfires, unprecedented disaster of epic proportions. And so I was like, I don't feel good about being in Greece, having fun on a boat while people are losing their homes. Like, it just doesn't sit well with me. So I was like, this is it. We're done.
So
We're
sad.
Out. So
Ray, what's happening with the fires? Like they just came out of nowhere or what was it?
Extreme heat wave. And it's across a lot of countries in the area, Italy, Spain, Turkey.
Oh my gosh.
It's, they're saying it's the global warming effects. I mean, look at California. We're in fires now too. I'm pretty sure we still have fires going on.
Yeah.
It's really, really scary and really sad. So that's that. And I spent like 2 hours on the phone canceling the flights and my head was just like spinning. So I was like, I'm going to go downstairs and play Uno. So I played Uno with my dad, got him to rap to Cardi B because he's been singing lately. And like, I started putting him on Instagram the last couple of days. He was singing George Harrison's song.
My Sweet Lord.
My Sweet Lord, My Sweet Lord. And although I can't remember it now, he's been singing and singing it. And I go, Dad, where did you learn that song? And he goes, oh, Maria, when I first came to this country. And I think it's from the album. I think the album is called Everything Shall Pass or something like that. And I said, how poignant that he's singing this for the first time. I've never heard him singing it. And so then I said, Dad, I got a new song for you. So we printed out the lyrics to Cardi B.
Stop it.
And I have the greatest video ever. Oh, he's so handsome. What's his name? Costa. He just started like improving.
Oh my gosh.
Guys,
we need to see it.
He's everything. So I'm just trying to get in as much time with him now before I go. because he's the cutest thing that ever happened to this world. And
He
I love
really
him so
is.
much. And then we got Beethoven's ashes yesterday.
Oh, wow.
And so that was like really painful to see. And I was like, we have to see if he wants us to go with him, because I figure we'll like sprinkle them with my mom.
Yeah.
So that they can be together. And so that's going to be my conversation after the show is, you know, Dad, do you want to do this all together? Do you want to do it yourself? Do you not want to do it at all? Like, what do you want to do? So.
Oh, that's so sad.
Life stuff.
Life
What are you
stuff.
gonna
I was
do?
going to ask you how excited you are to see your babies. It was National Spoil Your Dog Day on Tuesday, and I thought of you guys.
Was?
It was.
Oh, did you spoil Winnie for me?
Duh. Always. She sat here the whole day with me.
Guys, I can't wait. So I stare at their pictures throughout the day. I'll look at Max's stupid little smile and his little lips, and I just want to pull them. And then I see Winnie and her stupid face, and I just want to bite her. I miss them so much. It's crazy. Yeah, I can't wait to hug them. I miss them so much. And yeah.
Winnie is definitely Kelsey's soul sister.
She really is.
Yeah.
She goes
really
crazy when she sees Kelsey, and
My
they're like
sister.
Velcro to each other.
No.
I
Yeah,
just
you guys
love
are
her so
Velcro.
much. We are.
Kelsey, can I take a second to like rag on you and laugh at you for a second?
Uh-oh. Let's
so
go.
I tell Kelsey, so Kelsey like lived here for, I mean, what was it, like a year?
I was waiting for this.
Yeah. So Kelsey lived here for like a year, and we've all established she's a consumer. She loves buying shit. And so I spent a year.
As am I. Shout out to our consumers.
Shout out to our
Yeah.
consumers.
So I spent a year with Kelsey pulling shit out of her carriage at TJ Maxx. And she just
That's
is like,
true. That's true.
okay, thank you. I need all of this stuff. And I'm like, no, you don't. Don't waste your money. You don't need this. This, okay, I can say yes to this. This, no. We got notebooks at home, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so before she came to the summit last weekend, I said, hey, bring a huge suitcase. You have so much stuff here. I don't see a suitcase out. This place is ravaged with stuff still. I go, did she even take anything out?
I took so much. This is the irony, and actually, it's just kind of sad. I took so much home. I was sitting on my suitcase trying to shove it closed. Even took an extra bag that I tried to like kind of smuggle through security.
A bag. You took an extra bag, like a little bag?
No, like a big bag. I had my backpack, my extra big bag, and then my suitcase. And they made me put it in. Thank God Pooja had like a additional thing. They were like, yeah, you can't take that. So anyways, yeah, I just have so much crap. So much crap. So much. It's unreal.
So here's my question, Kelsey.
Can you toss
What's
it?
the
Yes.
plan for all the crap?
Well-
like, who's responsible now? Am I going to have to carry all this shit back?
Well, no. Honestly, everything I left there, I was like, is for there if we come back. That was kind of more of my thought.
That's what I said.
Thank you.
Kelsey.
Thank you.
That's what
I
I
know you
said.
got my back.
Mhm.
Because I don't need any of that here. So I'm like,
That's the thought was when we come back and
So
produce
just-
here.
yeah.
Okay. All right. I've been meaning to ask. I just had no idea what the plan was.
And whatever Kelsey you do will use back there, we have suitcases in the vault in the basement that I can
Thank you, Keven.
that I can check on the way back. You're welcome.
I was like, you left, and I'm like cleaning everything up, and I go downstairs and I go, wait, did she even take anything out of here?
I did. I really did.
Anyway, so I don't know if you guys know, but I host a show on Roku called Roku Recommends with Andrew Hawkins. And we basically do all the homework for you, and we pick our favorite shows to bring you so you don't have to. It's like a 15-minute show. If you have a Roku TV like we do all over the place, because they're our favorite TVs in the world. And if you don't own one, buy one. I get nothing from telling you this, but
Yeah.
trust me, it's
Side
the
note,
best TV
we're not-
ever.
Not being paid to tell you this. So
Yes, it is. Well, when I'm passionate about something, just know I'm always telling the truth about what I love and what I don't love. And by the way, any of the sponsors who come on this show have to go through me. It has to be something that I believe in, love, use, all of that. There's criteria. And so, because I don't want to just bring you stuff that just to bring you stuff. It doesn't feel good to me. But Roku TVs have changed my life. One teeny remote, couple of buttons. I used to not even turn on TVs in my house because there were so many remote controls, 1,000 buttons. I couldn't figure it out. It's heaven, you guys. It will change your life. And as we're looking towards the holidays, it will be a great holiday gift for yourself.
You can cut the cod.
Yeah, cut the cod.
Yeah,
Anyhow,
no,
so if you go on the Roku app, so it's like app-based TV, you go on the Roku app, you'll see our show in there. So here's my favorite we've seen as of late, and we haven't recommended this yet. I'm sure it will end up on our recommendations list. Dr. Death. Guys.
Oof.
First of all, I think it's a must watch for everybody because you need to understand that the medical system is like any other system. There are people who fall through the cracks. There are different hierarchies and things that go on behind the scenes, protections, no different than like priests getting protected behind the scenes. Like things happen. And if you watch it just for the end credits, they have a few statistics. The last end credit said that the third leading cause of death in this country, first is cancer, second is heart disease. The third is like malpractice deaths. Like, oh, oops, I go in for back surgery and now I'm dead.
That's is horrifying.
Horrifying.
Listen, can I counterpoint?
Yes.
Just like we talked about with professional jurors, and yes, it's human nature to have corrupt ones, and it's human nature to have doctors who make mistakes. I'm not so sure about that statistic. I just want to say that because I don't think that helps us fix healthcare. I think but there is a lesson which you're getting to about doctors and not seeing them as gods and things like that, and second guessing.
Unless it's Dr. Black.
Unless it's Dr. Black. Yeah, he really is Jesus. I told him that too. But
yeah.
But no, I don't know about that. I know, Maria, like they put that up there and it's black and white, but I don't know if that is true. And I also think it's kind of scary in another way for people to hang on to that. I think.
Yeah. Well, here's why.
We have so many lawsuits that to make it so doctors can't afford insurance. They can't.
Yes.
Pooja's parents are doctors. They'll tell you that. I mean, it really makes it hard for them to practice. And the one thing we don't need is less doctors. We need more of them. So I think there's more lessons than the fact that they're killers. There's more lessons which you're going to get to. I just want to qualify.
I very much appreciate the qualifier because sometimes you get on your thought train and you forget all these other points that are really important. So one of the things that happens when you watch this is you're terrified, right? But I like you having a little fear in there where it makes you do your research. It makes you really do your research. Now you'll see in this, people did do some research and this guy was very, very well respected somehow, some way.
I mean, this guy, this character, I mean, oh my God.
But I want people to at least be aware that things happen and to not just trust anybody who's like, oh, I can fix you.
Yeah, no,
that happens a lot.
Yeah. So should we give more context, Maria?
Yeah. Well,
without spoilers,
watched so many people. I mean, how many people have I coached through brain surgery now?
But let's back up a little bit.
Over 100, and they never get second opinions. Not one person I've worked with has ever gotten a second opinion. They've just trusted the first person. They're like, I trust you. Fix me, because they're scared. And I get it. But you have to get multiple opinions.
Yeah. So I think if you watch Dr. Death, and I think it's amazing to watch because it will open your eye on things. But this guy, they're calling him a serial killer and they call him a sociopath and all these other things. And by the way, I think that's sexy because it makes we all love crime drama. True crime is through the roof right now. Everyone in Hollywood is like crime. But if you look at this guy, I don't see that. He's not a serial killer. He's an idiot. He's a defiant moron who thinks he's brilliant, and he's not. He's the opposite. He's an idiot. He doesn't know his left from his right. He in college, he tries out for like a low-level college football program, and the coach is screaming at him because he doesn't understand any of the plays. I mean, the guy was an idiot, but he had a big mouth. He was a bullshit artist. He was able to get. It was interesting to see how far someone who has will, determination, and the gift of gab, how far they can go. And I think it's in all areas of life. And I think it's questioning, asking those questions and getting those second opinions But for this guy, he was like, no, I'm gonna. His big thing was like, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna separate the L7 and the L8. I'm gonna make a incision the size of a dime, and I'm gonna pop that little sucker out, and you're gonna be good to go. And everyone was
playing
like,
tennis in no time.
Yeah, and the other doctors even would question him and say, "Wait, that's not possible." And he basically,
"You're not me. I can do this.
I can
no
do
one
it."
else
And
can. He had such an ego. So basically, honey, explain the show so people know what the show is about.
And he would play on other doctors' insecurities. They would go, "Oh, maybe this guy knows something I don't."
Yes, that's where.
So anyway, this guy does 38 operations. 33 of those 38 he botches, and when I mean botches, he botches like we're talking
maimed,
paraplegic,
disabled,
deaths.
or killed.
Yeah, and it's just so. And I don't think he's the only one. I think he's to the extreme, but I think there's just a lot of professions where just people just talk the talk and all this stuff, and you just. Insofar as doctors, which Maria always says, is you can't not look at them like, okay, save me, save my life.
Mm-hmm.
My life is in your hands. You have to ask questions. You have to trust your gut. You have to get second opinions. And I think that was the lesson, which is what you've always said. But this is the most extreme version of how it can go wrong when you don't.
Yeah, it's very entertaining / horrifying because you just see these poor people's lives ruined. But Joshua Jackson, Christian Slater, Alec Baldwin, they did a phenomenal job. It was so cool.
And what's this on, you guys?
It's on Peacock.
I mean, to watch him have this fake high-end lifestyle, and he's such an intellectual, and he's going to cure cancer along with fixing backs.
And he's telling people it's so easy.
He's like, yeah, it's easy. It's not easy to you because you don't understand. He's telling other doctors. But for me, it's easy. And then you go and see him in his personal life where it's with drug addicts, degenerates. It's really mind-blowing to see. It's very powerful.
All right.
Okay, so that's Dr. Death on Peacock. Kelsey, I hear you have an obsession with a show called Outer Banks.
Okay, listen up, everyone. Season 2 of Outer Banks just came out. And I was behind.
What?
I was behind. I hadn't even watched season 1. Well, I'm almost done with season 1 now. And John B. and Sarah Cameron make me love. I love it so much. It's about this group of friends from Outer Banks. I believe it's in one of the Carolinas. And it's like this surf town, and there's this gold. And so they're on this hunt for this gold, this treasure. But it's amazing. It's like a drama, but everyone's like this angsty teen. It's just awesome. And I love it. And all y'all gotta watch it. I don't think you guys would like it, maybe, but
what would you compare it to? Is it like Riverdale? Is it like the things fair?
Yeah, it's Riverdale-esque, definitely. I think it's a little bit less CW tweeny than Riverdale, but definitely that kind of similar genre. They did really well last year at the MTV Choice Awards sort of thing. So it's that kind of my age and younger, but big fan. Pooch is giving me thumbs up too. We love.
Okay. All right. It's what the kids are watching.
Are
we going into picks? Lots of picks we have.
Oh, I mean, I can't think of anything else right now because we have lots.
I would say I would check out Physical with Rose Byrne.
Oh yeah,
I think a lot of women will super appreciate this.
I loved it.
It is loosely based on Jane Fonda, which I think was brilliant to pick her. But it's a woman in the 80s who's basically gets into aerobics and shooting videos with them, and with a husband who's kind of stuck in the 60s. And it's just see it, and I think you'll really enjoy it. It's a great. She's battling bulimia. She's battling issues, but she's really smart and strong and independent, but she's held down. I mean, just see it. I think it's great fare. We saw half of Val.
And that was on Apple
Val
TV.
Kilmer
just for everyone, Kev.
Thank
Apple
you. Sorry.
TV.
Mm-hmm. Where is it?
Apple TV is where Physical
Apple TV. And then if you want some feel good content, Ted Lasso. If you haven't seen it, it's also on Apple TV.
But I'm not crazy about season 2.
We're getting there, Maria.
You know what I think they did though that was smart, because I agree season 1 was better, but they're making you want it so bad because they're dropping an episode a week. So I feel like that was a smart play on their end. Because
but I was so hooked. Hold on. I was so obsessed with Ted Lasso and the feel-good feeling it gave me.
Yeah.
And then season 2 came in and I'm not feeling any of that.
Yeah.
Like none. It's totally gone
Yeah.
for me. That magic that he had is totally deleted and I don't care.
Because
Like,
can I
I'm
tell you
gone.
what happened, Maria? Usually with writers, the first season was soccer, and it was hit or miss, hit or miss, hit or miss. And they would have all these losses in life and on the field. And then they get this little ray of hope and it would just warm your heart. And he did it in such an evolved way. Now, the second season's almost like a pause because I think they were afraid as writers is that, okay, the next season is win the championship maybe, and then where do you go from there? Or, so I think they're stretching it out. The more they get back into the competition, but a lot of these seasons have a lot of these shows have their off season. They got signed for a lot of seasons. I think it'll pick up as it goes on, but definitely season 3, and we'll all hang in because I know, but I think that's why it was every episode of season 1 was so heartbreaking or heartwarming.
Yeah.
Right. It was one or the other.
God. I have been telling everybody about it. And now I'm like,
no, it'll get there. We have to.
I'm not giving up on it.
Don't give up, Maria. Don't
But
give up.
I definitely have not been feeling the feels.
Val Kilmer documentary on Amazon. We're halfway through that. That is powerful, really good content.
Mm-hmm.
If you just want something in 90 minutes, I want to recommend the Lollapalooza back in '99 documentary. I actually worked at it, and it's just very interesting to see kind of the beginnings of rage and stuff. But I think that's good. And then as far as series goes, of course, Rick and Morty, Maria is back with a new season. And so Maria and I, when we just want to kind of decompress and just have something easy to watch, we throw on a Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm trying to think
we go into zero gravity in our bed, our sleep number bed.
Yep.
And then
we do it.
And then we watch Rick and Morty. And
then I think Smigadoon is about two characters.
Schmigadoon. Wait,
two characters.
Yeah, go ahead.
Stuck in a musical, if that makes sense.
I have not even
Schmigadoon,
heard
guys?
of this.
Hold up. So we recommended this on Roku. It is, you're going to love it, Kelsey. Kelsey, this
Kelsey's
show is
gonna love
made for you.
Okay.
And I don't think Keven will watch it with me anymore, really.
I will.
Are you still okay? All right.
Because of him. He's amazing. He's my favorite, one of my favorite comedic actors.
It's so good.
Yeah, he makes it for me because
he's
as
amazing.
Miserable with the musical end of it as I am.
Yeah.
So every time the musical part comes out, everyone starts singing stuff. He wants to hang himself.
That's
and
how you feel.
I'm right with him.
I love it. It's so good.
And where
It's so
can we
good.
find that?
That I think is also Apple.
I love it.
I'm not sure, but Schmigadoon. First of all, I just
Schmigadoon.
love saying the name. Schmigadoon.
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 Oh, I'm gonna
But-
watch
Yeah, I
that.
think that is Apple.
That will
Yeah.
make you happy. It's fun.
It's really fun. And jury's not out yet on Keven Can Fuck Himself.
Oh yeah, Annie
really
Murphy, my
clever,
girl.
super creative. The lead from
Schitt's
the
Creek.
daughter from Schitt's Creek, and it's really well written. It's very innovative, but we don't know where it's going yet. So it's about a young girl's life
I
in
really
South
like it.
Boston. Yeah, with a lot of emptiness, and she's trying to find more meaning. But it's one of the more creative ways I've ever seen portrayed. So you may want to give that a whirl too.
Yeah, it is super creative. I really like it. And, I give people credit when they try to do different things. So I
Mhm.
always will hang in to support. So I love that. Other thing I wanted to ask you guys about. Okay, so that's TV recommendations. And if you haven't watched Roku Recommends, you can check it out on the Roku channel. And then also we have in the Roku Recommend zone the list of all these shows. So if we're talking about them on the show, you can find them anytime. So anytime you need shows, just go to Roku Recommends and you can find us. I do it sometimes just to remind myself of shows I need to go back to. The other thing I was going to ask you guys about, and Kelsey, did you see all the news as of late about everybody who's not showering?
Yes.
Have you read any of it?
And not bathing their
what?
kids. What I had read was that Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard first came out with saying that they only bathe their kids when they see dirt. And then a couple other celebrity couples, I think Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis then were like, yeah, we do the same thing. And I'm just confused about it. And I was like, okay, whatever.
Well, someone else came out today
Oh,
too.
gosh.
I guess a lot of people aren't showering. Oh no, I think Idris Elba said he was not on that train, but there is this whole story about people bathing less during the pandemic, and now apparently it's a habit they might keep. So people apparently said, we're forced inside. Why am I still showering every day? And so doctors and health experts have said that daily showers are unnecessary and even counterproductive. Washing with soap every day can strip the skin of its natural oils and leave it feeling dry. Isn't that what Vaseline intensive care is for? Though doctors still recommend frequent hand washing. So I know, like Alyssa, she'll shower like at least twice a day. I've never seen that woman have dry skin in my life. Alyssa just doesn't have dry skin.
Does she moisturize?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know what she does, but she's always baby soft. I don't know. I can't do without showers, and I don't really want to smell other people.
I also feel like showers cleanse my mind. It's not just like my body. Like we've talked about this before. You get in the shower and it's like, it's therapy, right? It's like your little safe
It's the
zone.
poor man's spa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen,
it sets you up for the day. And even, by the way, Diane Gray earlier in this week, where we talked about grief, was saying, we're in water in the womb, and a lot of people take that time in the shower to kind of cry and let things out. And it's a really kind of healthy thing to do.
I think physical health is, you can go without less showers probably is better, because you build up immunities and all that stuff. So I think, for as far as that goes. And I think, you're putting a soap, which is a chemical, like it's processed. So most of us use those soaps on, you putting that on your skin, probably not as healthy. But the counter is, your body does emit toxins and sweat and things like that, and those oils, and those on your body, I would argue, aren't very healthy. But also I know that they mentally and physically tire you down to where you are, which is why we take a hot shower and you get all the toxins off of your body. You tend to just feel better. And I think it's not just psychological. I think it's actually physical, because you remove the toxins from your body. But then on to Kelsey's point, 100%. And I just, more people I've seen that don't shower, are the ones that their lives are messy. And I don't know. I don't feel like it's conducive to order and success and a lot of other things. So I don't judge anyone. And I can see why. They can see the pros of not showering as often, but for me, I love it every day as a reset. It just makes me feel like, okay, ready to start the day. And I physically feel better when I do.
Do you guys know what, or do you want to know what Cardi B has to say about it all?
I love it, because Cardi B taught me how to wipe my bum.
Yes, she did.
Oh my God.
She did.
Cardi B says,
I forgot that.
Right? Yep. Cardi B is confused by celebs who don't shower regularly. She says it's giving itchy. Not showering makes her itchy. Let's see. The Rock says he's not, or Dwayne The Rock Johnson says he's the opposite of celebs not washing themselves. So Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Cardi B are about showering. Yeah, and everyone else is not about showering.
I'm all about what The Rock's about. No, I'm about
right?
showering too.
Me too.
Yeah, I just think, I don't feel good if I don't shower in every way, and I don't want to smell.
I'm just confused about
if you don't shower, you will smell, especially I can go one day. Like if I know I'm not going anywhere and I'm just going to be in the house and I'm going to be, doing things that are physical, and it's like, whatever. One day I can go without.
I agree with that. Especially for us ladies with our hair. It's good. It's good to build up the hair oil a little bit, but not 5
I don't wash my hair every day. My hair goes in a little thing in the shower.
Bun. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyhow, that's just been something that's been on my mind that I've thought was just very interesting, is the whole I don't shower thing. And so, it's hard because, everyone has their own rights. Like I know somebody that I work around that doesn't use deodorant, and it is the most foul smell I've ever had come around me. And I don't even know how to handle it. I have a super powerful nose, and I just don't know what to do, because this person's in my personal space, and I'm like,
wow. If that was ever me, I would hope you would tell me. Literally not smelling well is probably that is my biggest fear.
I think it's really hard when you work with people like that too. And I also know the people that don't shower, and also they don't wash their clothes. So they have
And then
this
they
kind
smell
of
like mold.
stench. Well,
Oh.
mold sometimes happens when you leave the clothes in the wash machine and don't put them in the dryer fast enough. So you get that smell. But there's a stench to if you ever played sports and you throw your stuff in a bag and you just left it there for the next week, or your old gym clothes, let's say.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that have that. And I've had it. It's very uncomfortable to have that conversation. It's literally probably the most uncomfortable conversation I have to have with people, but it's not for me, it's for them. I'm like, do you really think that this is going to benefit you at your next job or whatever business you want to do? And it's really hard. And 100% of the time, they've not listened to me anyway. So I think as I say this out loud, I'm not going to do this anymore. But I know
Remember
a
what
lot of
Deepak
people.
Chopra said. Deepak Chopra said, "Don't give advice unless it's asked."
There you go. Yep, you're right. You're right.
You never get into trouble. That's it.
You're right.
But I think if you're super close with somebody like Kelsey, I can tell you, Kelsey, you know,
I would hope so.
Kelsey, like, hello, like, take care of this. Like, you got, you know, like if you have like a chin hair and nobody tells you, that is so evil.
The worst.
Like, tell somebody, be like, hey,
or something in your teeth. It's like, come on.
Yeah. But the two things that are hard for me is if someone smells or if they have really bad breath. And I know somebody who has both a lot, and I just don't know how to break it to that person. And it makes me feel really sad because, you know, in the dating world, they're having a challenging time. And that's probably a major part of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know how to, this is just definitely one that stumps me because I just don't know how. I thought of writing an anonymous letter or something. It's like, what do I do? I want to help.
Offend them. Yeah. That's tough. Ugh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Let us know. You
Anywho, that's our show for the day, guys. I hope you shower or don't shower, do whatever you want. I hope you enjoy the show recommendations and so much more. But anyhow, Kelsey, we probably should let everybody know what our plan is. Have we even decided officially what our plan is for the next 2 weeks or so?
We've given a soft decide of the plan.
Okay.
So we're going to try this out with you guys. We're coming back fully in September. So our next couple weeks of August, we are going to do some amazing reruns. But what we want to try with you guys is do series. So each week we want to pick like mental health, or another one I thought of was like badass females, like in the business. Another one, you know, wellness. So we're going to come up with these series and see what you guys think of it. And they're going to be different guests we've had on who work well in that realm.
So basically one of the things that came from the summit was an idea to do some series, and it makes a lot of sense. I think it might've been Leah that came up with that idea, but the idea is, you know, we have a lot of really cerebral, heady information. There's a lot in each episode. So if we took it over the span of a week, then you can sit with it every day and help like slowly digest it all, and not ping pong from mental health to this, to that, to a whole other topic. So, and it won't be all the time. I think it would be maybe once a month we would do a series, or once every 3 months we would do a series. I don't know yet, but we wanted to kind of try it out with you guys and see if we could bunch the episodes that we were going to rerun that you haven't heard before. These are not reruns you've heard before. Kelsey has guaranteed that.
Correct.
To me. And I think that, and by the way, if she does happen to slip, we could punish her by tearing down her Harry Styles poster.
No, Harry.
Yep, Kelsey, don't screw it up. Harry's on the line.
That's huge.
So we want to take these next 2 weeks to put in effect all of the things that we are trying to put together from a new website. And it's going to be a whole new look and a destination for you guys to go for all areas of life. And I'm really, really excited about it. And then also rebranding and we're doing, you know, new logos and everything like that. The merch will be ready. Everything will be ready to go, hopefully in September. Most of it will be, but let's hope all of it. And so we figure we'll take our time to just really focus on that, because it's a lot to do the show every day and that. And in the meantime, test out these series. So we're really eager to get feedback from you guys. If you like that idea, if you feel it when you're in it, if you're really enjoying it, tell us, because, we're better together. We can't figure this stuff out on our own.
That's right.
We can't figure this stuff out on our own. Sometimes I slur. In the meantime, I see our comments skyrocketing on Apple Podcasts. Guys, we need to get to 2,000 pronto. That is our goal. Please help us in that. And thank you for everyone who is and for sharing the show. Please share it with your friends. And you can follow us on Instagram at Better Together with Maria. Click on the link tree there. You can then join us on Patreon for our monthly heal events, extra episodes, bonus, that's the extra episode, bonus episodes, and ad-free shows. And that's it. I think.
Tune in tomorrow for Regular Guy Friday while we're still hanging on.
Yeah, I'm still considering canceling it.
Hey,
the execs are circling me about canceling it.
It's not about it's not about
really
canceling.
getting there.
Maria, you have to do the Hollywood thing.
What?
It's all you never get canceled in Hollywood. You get in that regard, at least as a TV
put on
show,
hold.
you get put. Yes, we're going to put on hold. We're going to put on
Yeah.
hiatus.
Put on hiatus. Go younger.
Yeah.
I got to go younger, guys.
Gotta
you guys,
go
your
younger.
demo is just, I'm kidding. No, I'm always
we
messing
want to
with you
do
guys.
the Big
Regular
Sister
Guy
show.
Friday. We love Regular Guy Friday, and we will be adding our Big Sister show.
And the most recent Apple Podcast review says, save Regular Guy Friday.
Oh,
is that the most recent?
Yeah. The only way to start my day, save Regular Guy Friday.
Oh, wow. See?
Yeah. Keven, you really work very hard on outlining that. So you guys do a great job. And I think there might be another good one. You want to read it before we go?
Hell yeah. All right. This one is from Megan at Podcasting You. It says, incredible content. Maria does such a good job covering a variety of topics. The guests offer valuable insight as well. I would recommend this podcast to anyone looking to be inspired and informed. Thank you, Megan.
Thank you. All right. In the meantime, follow us on Instagram at Better Together with Maria and on TikTok too. At Marie Menounos, at the Kelsey Meyer, at the Kelsey Meyer.
It was taken. Keven and I went through a couple different things, okay?
Yes.
It's just the way I said it didn't sound as good as at the Kelsey Meyer, at the Kelsey.
There it is. Thank you.
Notice I gave you a the. You're a the, not a the.
Thank
the
you.
Kelsey.
All right. Remember, be nice people, make good choices, and be present.